email you any portion of like these, the maps or anything related to the public hearing that we just had. Her business card is up here, and you can call her and ask her to send that to you. It just so happened that like all the stuff that they sent out was just so much paper, we couldn't do it for everybody.
Where's the mayor tonight?
I don't know that.
No?
His wife's behind you though.
No. Where you at?
Did you have a question?
I just want to make a comment. I searched around because I was interested in this, found the website for the city, and it's kind of non-active.
We're in the process of building a new one.
Pardon me?
We're in the process of building a new website.
Okay,
Hope
okay.
to be out.
I was sure, but I looked at it and everything else, it was at least a year old, so,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Who is the name of the company that we're contracted with?
Full.
Full Media, okay. So, the next portion of the meeting is gonna be the first reading, of Briarwood zoning R2. So if y'all have had time to review that, if you want to make a motion as to accept it as it is.
I make a motion.
I don't blame you, I would too if I wasn't filming.
I need a second.
No, do what you need to do.
Questions, comments?
Can I send Shelby with you?
Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed? If you'll notate, Donna, that my opposition is I just haven't had time to review this, and I'd like to study it and read it before I make any kind of decisions. Just so I have an informed decision. The next part is the first reading of the Briarwood zoning for the TNC, Town Neighborhood Commercial portion. I need a motion to accept as read.
Make a motion to accept it just as it's written.
Second?
Second.
Got 2 seconds. Opposed, again, for the same reasons. I have not had an opportunity to review over this. Any
He opposed it too.
comments? No? Okay, motion carried. All right, the next portion is the resolution of our intergovernmental agreement with Coweta County Magistrate Court for a municipal court. We have had this in the past with Coweta County, and it has expired since then, so this has come up, and what we need to do is give permission for the mayor to sign, isn't that right? To sign this intergovernmental agreement with Coweta County Magistrate Court. So I need a motion to allow the mayor to be able to sign that on behalf of the town.
I make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, raise hand. Any discussion? No, we've all voted? Okay. The next one is the hazard mitigation plan and the town's participation in this. This also too is something that we've had in the past, so that if there's any kind of emergencies, natural disasters, that we've got this plan in place and through the county, and the clerk must participate in meetings. That's our contribution to this plan for the town, and so I need a motion to accept this for clerk to be able to participate in these meetings for this hazard mitigation plan.
Make a motion.
Second? Okay, all in favor, raise hand. Clay, second. Okay. Next thing on the agenda is the Oakhall Development Zoning Extension. What Oakhall is asking is that on the request by the developer, he was guaranteed water for the development, which the contract between Sharpsburg and Turin has not come to fruition yet. So he has been unable to develop anything on that until this is resolved. So, he wants a 36-month extension on the Oakhall development property due to the water agreement not coming to agreement. Make a motion to set 36
Let me
months?
say something on this thing. Bring it up for the public's information that I have been approached by the Oakhall development about leasing some of my land that joins their property. And so because of that, I will disqualify myself. And it's a conflict of interest and I won't vote on that.
Okay, thank you, Clay. All right, so Clay, Keith or Derek, make a motion to accept this extension.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the extension.
Okay, second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor, raise hand. All right, the next on the agenda is our Main Street Park. There's been some discussion around resizing the playground, which I think's been a concern on this project that's been ongoing for quite some time. It looks like right now it's been proposed to move the pavilion closer to the town hall in order to expand the current playground area another 25 to 30 feet, which would be a lot. What we need to do is, I'm a visual person, so I'm probably going to meet with Wendell to get this on a map, because I can't see what 30 feet looks like. So I need to see that on paper. But right now, what we need to do is, I guess, make a motion to be able to go back to IS&E to redraw this on the plans, to expand the playground. So somebody wants to make a motion for the resizing of the playground?
Well, I think the motion is to move the pavilion, so I make a motion that we do move the pavilion, which will give us more space for the playground.
Okay, well, okay, it's second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor? Okay. Next on the agenda is cash management policy, and Holly Garlington is going to address and speak on this. So Holly, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've forgotten everything I was gonna say. No offense.
My job.
This is a strange thing that happened on the way here. The cash management was, project was supposed to be on the agenda, so I understood from the last meeting. And that's why I asked to be on the agenda to address it, because I didn't want it to be voted on without having some input in it, and they allowed me to do that, but then we don't have it on the agenda, so I'm going ahead anyway. The thing that brought all this about was a comment at one of the meetings that the mayor could spend up to $10,000 without approval of the council. And that's 2 meetings back, and that's what I think precipitated this cash management project. And it was brought up at the last meeting, and a slight discussion, and I thought it was going to be brought up again tonight. But there were several things about that cash management that I wanted to make some comments about, and I don't know whether y'all have them with you or not. Good. I'm doing them backwards though. I'm doing page 1 first. I'm not doing it backwards. 3 first. Purchases. At the last meeting, it was asked that some designation be made to difference between services and purchases. There was a good discussion about it. I don't know why this is here this way and it's still not defined, and I would like to request that when it is adopted, is that a very distinct thing between what's purchased, like something you can touch, and a service. Because I think that may be where part of the problem and all that budget money got out of hand. The other thing that was mentioned was Mayor Pro Tem Davenport mentioned the fact of the oversight with the cash disbursement. and tried to explain why there needs to be more than one or two people with oversight with that. And I think Councilman Cole was the only person that could kind of understand what she was talking about. But that's not just a personal thing. I'll show you some references later. Then on the page 1, and I'll show you I was doing it backwards, is the audit, annual audit. The audit is done, but it's done and turned in habitually 6 months late. It's supposed to be in at the end of June, and it's been for the last 5 or 6 years, and I think since 2009, turned in the 1st of January. And that's one of those things that procedures wouldn't fix if you don't do it. There's no follow through on that was one of the things. I'm going to show you some examples of what turns up in the audit. First thing is the overspending on the budget items. There's a certain amount on the budget, and you're supposed to not go over that without bringing it before the council. And not only is it not brought before the council, but last year it went over $44,000. And the whole budget's down to $160,000. Now, just for curiosity's sake, I went back and looked at 2009, so it's been happening all this time. It was $39,000 over budget. None of this ever comes before the council, and it's always money spent. And it's very definitely stated that that should not happen unless it comes before y'all for a vote. That was one of the things, and that's not my opinion, that's what the audit says. Number 2, and this came up at the meeting too, I don't mean to point at you. Appropriate segregation of duties does not exist among the recording, distribution, and reconciliation of cash, which was what I think Council Pro Tem Davenport mentioned. You sort of agree. And that's not happening either. And that's an ongoing thing since 2009. That's when I first started watching it. Number 3, the town did not properly record accounts receivable relating to property tax or special local option sales tax. That's not acceptable. I mean, plain and simple, it's just not acceptable. Next one, the town's general ledger accounts, formerly accounts payable, did not include significant obligations to the town. That's misinformation to whomever it's distributed. That's not acceptable, totally not acceptable. I went back and looked at some of these things were going on since 2009, and I'm not going to dwell on them, but these things are supposed to be dealt with by the mayor, actually as the administrator, but as the council should be overlooking some, not overlooking, that's what's happening now, overseeing some of these things. Problem is not the procedure. You got a procedure. The problem is no follow through. We've got a full-time mayor and a full-time clerk, got a finance committee, I don't know who that is, but with all those people looking, there should be somebody that should be able to get all this stuff right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Polly. You got copies of it?
Sort of. I'll make copies. I didn't write it all down this time.
Next is public comments. Anybody that would like to make a comment, you state your name and go ahead, Eric.
Eric Richards, local business owner. Since Father's Day, 3 times, I've had people approach me asking where the A.O. Bridges Community Center is. Now, it's one thing when they come knock on the door, but when they come and I'm mowing the grass and they have gotten out of their car and I try to explain to them, there's no signage.
Right.
We need the sign back up, please.
We need to sign up.
May I add, you also need one at the street. I mean,
An entrance.
you just need an entrance sign. Everybody, all these little teeny dinky towns have
Let's just
signs
say
showing where the town hall
town
is.
hall sign.
Unless you're ashamed of it, and actually it looks pretty good.
Right. We have spent a lot of money on the building. It does look nice. Other public comments?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I have to leave. I wanted this gathering to know, and you to know, and Donna to know that there's a little tiny black cat out on this patio out
We
here
already
that's
saw
about
that.
that big.
I'll pay you.
Well, if
It's
you
yours.
would, he's really,
Will you take
really
him?
Yeah.
little. He's brand new. And we got him some water in a cup and had to spill it for him, but he's right on that patio outside the door. When you open the door, please be careful. But this young man, were you helping him? He gave him some water, but somebody should take it home. It's only that big.
Oh, well, no problem.
Thank you for all your courtesy tonight.
Thank you. Go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, I try to be quick, a few comments, just a comment on Ms. Holly's statements. Those are laws, those are state laws. Everything she was talking about is referenced in the law. It's not any kind of procedure that, you know, you just can do or not.
Can you say something?
Excuse me, Joe.
Sure.
The baby cat's out here with his mother, so maybe it's okay.
I'm going to
But
get
they're right out here. Holly, if you want to look. I'm sorry, Joe.
No, you're fine, you're fine. As long as I get my 3 minutes. The other thing, I think, Keith, you may be making comments on the meeting we had about the park the other night. I don't know if you are or you're not, but I really wanted to be on the agenda to kind of further that conversation, but for whatever reason was denied. But, you know, there are a lot of numbers and a lot of things talked about, but what I followed up in an email was that we never really got I never got a good feel for what was going to happen. It kind of wound up being we got $200,000 to spend, and we're going to spend it until we're going to see what we get. And that was some of the thing, you know, with $48,000 demo, a $25,000 bathroom, a $35,000 septic system, $125,000 pavilion, and everything being proposed, and then the Tot Lot causing an uproar, and then with this $100,000 worth of equipment. I was glad to see the forthcoming of information, but it was too much, and I still don't know what we're getting. And so that's kind of what I wanted to have a discussion, because if we're going to spend that kind of money, I think we ought to have a stepwise approach we got phases, we're told, and just kind of know what we're getting, because we never did talk about, we're going to have a Tot Lot, but are we going to have playground equipment, or what are we going to have? And there was no real figure said we're going to allocate this for that. So that was one thing that I wanted to discuss. And one quick thing, Clay, you said you're going to abstain from the Oakhall because of doing the drain line and field distribution. You're going to abstain from the other. I mean, we just went through a vote. If they're going to pump the stuff across the street like they said before, is that going to prohibit you from voting on the Briarwood? Or are you going to abstain from that, or are you just going to abstain from Oakhall? Because
I never thought of it that way. It was just the property that was bumped up to mine, and that was a development that had asked me, so
right.
that's where I concentrated my.
But did they approach you about putting the gray water, and that's from.
They're looking for land that will perk.
Right,
So,
and right now, Oakhall's not even on the drawing board. It's Briarwood that's looking for land at the home. So that's why I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I see what you're saying.
May have had an impact on the vote, but that's up to you. I mean, it's your
No, I mean,
if you want to.
Whatever's the great way to do it, yeah.
And I think that was it. But the thing with the park, just knowing kind of what we're getting and being, you know, I'm excited about having a park, but I'm confused because I don't know what we're getting. We talked about extra money on lights, extra money on cameras, gate, no gate, security. We talked about a lot of things, and I that's what I asked the mayor, just to summarize that up and say, hey, this is what we're getting, because what was on the board at that meeting was what was in the paper is nothing like what we're going to get, and so that's what I'd rather be clear and upfront and know what we're getting. We're spending money, so let's all, you know, I like the conversation about everybody was, you know, up in arms about the Tot Lot or a playground. Great, let's hammer it out and figure out what we're going to do. I appreciate y'all doing that. I mean, I think that's wise. The public spoke, and that's what they want, you know. So I think that's good for y'all to listen. I appreciate that. That's it.
Anybody else?
Does the park perk?
No.
It's not.
It didn't. I could have told you that.
Any other questions? All right, polling of council. Clay, have you had anybody contact you?
No, I have not.
Keith? Derek? I haven't had anybody contact me either. Clerk's comments?
Oh, yeah. I got a list. Qualifying, would be August 30, qualifying for, the positions of mayor and 2 council member up. They will be August 31st from 9 to 3, September 1st, 9 to 3, September 2nd, 9 to 12. Our next meeting will be August 17th. We will be adopting the millage rate and the second reading of the rezoning ordinances for Briarwood if need be. The September meeting will be held on September 14th through Labor Day. Open records request. In the past, we've been very liberal with open records requests, so we can accommodate everybody that submits one. But as of late, I'm getting a ton of them. And what we need to do is go back to filling out there. I have an actual request form. And you will need to submit that to me and, you know, put everything you want on it, and then I will get back with you with how long it's gonna take. Anything over 15 minutes, I'm gonna start charging for, and that's my hourly salary. And we'll just go with that. That's all I got.
Is there an electronic version of that?
Yes, and I will email it to you.
Mayor's minutes. I would like to bring before council tonight something that I did discuss with Wendell a couple weeks ago, is that something that we are not doing that we should is having work sessions. I've tried to communicate with everybody here on council about trying to get together for work sessions, and there's communication breakdown, so I'm doing it right here while everybody's present. I would like to have a work session every month before our normal scheduled council meeting, and at least be here 45 minutes before start time. That way, if public wants to be here for the work session that usually comes for the meetings, they have that opportunity to show up early. And it also gives us the chance, as a council and mayor, to discuss things that are gonna be on the agenda or town business that we should have already been discussing together as a group. That's the only way I think we're gonna be able to function correctly as a group, for the town. So that's what I would like to bring before. Do you have is that okay with
I
you?
think it's a good idea. I would like to hear everybody's opinion, and, you know, that I might get enlightened and look at things in a different manner. I wish we could have more discussions, but with the, you know, the sunshine law, it makes it hard to conduct information sharing like you would in a business setting. So, yeah, this would be a
You're
good
okay with
opportunity.
45 minutes ahead?
Yes.
Because normally, most of y'all are here way before the meeting anyway, so that's just wasted time that we could be spending together.
Would you want to do it every time, or
Every
call
month.
time? Or
Every month.
Just, okay.
So before the meeting, 45 minutes early, show up. But if I'm not mistaken, the public is invited to that.
Yes, they are.
They would be able to sit in as we
Yes.
talk about this.
Correct.
I'll bring coffee and donuts.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'd go for that.
Okay. Derek?
I mean, I'll commit as much as I can, but, you know, I'm the only one, well, see, Keith's going back to work, so I'm the only one, I work in Atlanta, so, you know, it's how long traffic to get here from Atlanta, so sometimes I run home, change shirts, and come straight here.
We
so.
can put you on speakerphone till you get here. Okay, so you communicate that to Wendell then, that we're all in agreement of having a work session before every council meeting once a month. I think that'll benefit us. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else. So, make a motion to dismiss?
Motion.
Good night.
She's ready to go.